Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. Today, it is a happy holiday episode. It is the final episode of 2023, and with me, I have the magnificent, the gingery Hotshot. How's it going, buddy?
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. I'm running out of holidays here.
You only know the three?
Happy New Year's.
There you go. And the holiday corrector, the face drawer, the logo designer, GoProKyo is amongst us tonight on this wonderful clip show. His favorite type of episode. Isn't that right, Hotshot?
Oh, yes. He loves clip shows. They're always his
Isn't
idea.
that right, Kyo? Yeah, Kyo. I mean, what brought you to this decision to make us do a clip show?
They're everyone's favorite episode, and they cost the least amount of money to make because they reuse everything from the previous episode.
There you go. And bro, in all seriousness, how you been, man? How you been, Kyo?
I'm good. I haven't ordered DoorDash in a while.
No.
Okay. Uh-oh. The roommates will fight on this one. Today, that's what we're doing. We're doing a clip show. We got 9 moments from this year only, and we're going to be reacting to them. Hotshot, we do this every clip show. What sound am I using to intro and outro these clips?
It's not an anime sound, but the Kim communicator from Kim Possible.
What's that?
Da, 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 da.
Okay. Sounds good. After we go through these clips, I just have some fun stats about this year that I want to share with the guys. Some cool stuff has occurred. Some surprises have happened. Some things have been done. Anyways, Hotshot, what's the first clip we're reacting to here? I'm gonna let you be the clip presenter.
Let's go with the recent one. Let's go with Hotshot, the Halloween monster.
All right, Hotshot, the Halloween monster. Let's do it.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Anime Podcasters.
Hey.
That is very Halloween-y.
That's cursed. That's what that is.
That was
Happy
very
Halloween, everyone. Welcome back to Anime Podcasters. Today we have all 4 of the boys. We're all here. We're all here to discuss a Halloween anime movie from the 1980s, because we have this tradition every Halloween we try to watch a Halloween anime movie. We've done Frankenstein, not good. We've done Dracula, even worse. And this one I'm feeling more hopeful about how we feel about this anime movie than the other ones we've done previous on the podcast. Today I am joined with, of course, Hotshot, the Halloween man himself. How's it going, buddy?
Hi Jaden, it's good to be here, and I'm gonna use this.
Hotshot, I don't know about that voice, man. I'm not convinced, bro. I'm not convinced at all.
I thought it was impressive.
What do you mean, Jayan? You're not a fan?
It's Christmas, man. Why'd you have to choose that clip? There's so
La
many
la 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 la.
I can hear your vocal cords shredding right now.
Oh, they are demolished.
I'm so confused by this, by the way. I remember we got on the episode and this was not really planned. I was like, "Hey, Hotshot, you want to do the Halloween voice?" He's like, "Yeah, for sure." Okay, cool.
Not a single
with this, bro.
Not a single one of our intros are planned.
No, and if they are, then we're doing them wrong.
Yeah.
The main reason I even went for that voice in the first place was because I was trying to do an Igor voice from Frankenstein, but it just came out that way. And when you're in recording, you don't really get the chance to say, "Hold on, let me try that again," and you just lean into it.
I mean, you could.
I could, but I didn't want to be here any longer than I had to.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
But I picked that clip because as much as I poke fun at us having that Halloween tradition of picking a bad Halloween-inspired anime movie, it is kind of fun to sometimes just nod out for a little while and watch a bad movie. That is one of my favorite pastimes, is picking a movie that's purposely tradition. Bad.
That's what you wanted us to do.
Right. And I know I poke fun at it, and I know I come after everyone for recommending the ones that are bad.
No. Hold on, Giant. Hold on. You're the one who recommended this. You're the one who recommended the Frankenstein movie.
No.
I promise. No. What happened was we watched the Frankenstein one because I was like, hey, Frankenstein movie, it looks really bad. Let's try it. And then at the end of the episode, Hotshot goes, hey, you know what? We should do this every year and watch a Halloween movie that's really bad. And that's how
It's still your fault.
And
You started this. This was your doing.
No, yeah,
It's absolutely your fault.
I'll totally own it.
You created the podcast. It's your fault.
No, I didn't say the podcast. I said this was your idea. This was your
You
doing.
sent me a Facebook friend request. It's your fault.
That is no. You're the one who joined that
I'm
group.
just
Dad
using
of the
Kyo logic.
podcast, please stop fighting.
You're the one who tried to join that Facebook group. It's not my fault.
Hey, you're the one who said,
You
"Hey, I
initiated
need
this shit."
sound around. And here we are, 179 episodes later.
You're the one who.
Boys, we have made it through one clip, and you're already trying to tear each other apart.
I always win. I always win, Kyo. Kyo, look at me in the eyes right now. Kyo,
I
I know this is
can't.
audio only, but look at me in the eyes.
All right.
Look at me in the eyes right now, Kyo.
I'm looking at you and your eye
I
contact.
always win. I set my mind to it, Kyo. I accomplish it. Like, look at this. Hotshot, pick the next clip.
Except for now when you lost.
Wow, you made me lose the game. Whatever. Next clip.
Naruto x Harry Potter.
Oh, God. Okay, context for Kyo.
Okay.
This is the introduction of ChatGPT to the podcast.
Okay then. This should be interesting.
With a blend of ninja stealth and wizardry, they must find a way back home while hilariously outwitting Voldemort, who's convincing that Naruto's talk no jutsu is the key to ultimate power.
Okay. Here's the problem.
I got one
Why
more
do I
sentence.
want to watch that?
I would watch that.
One more
Yo.
sentence. Expect epic showdowns, flying ninja brooms, and a lot of magical ramen bowls in this outrageous mashup of two beloved franchises. This needs to happen.
Why do I
Yo,
want to watch
Naruto in the
that?
room.
Naruto in the Chamber of Secrets, anyone?
Yo, just imagine.
Yo, Naruto x Harry Potter. Because I remember I asked RG, I was like, what's your favorite anime? And he's like, Harry Potter. He was trolling. I was like, bro, I'll troll you back. And I typed into ChatGPT. I'm like, make me a Naruto x Harry Potter synopsis or basically a summary of a movie.
I mean, you could argue that Naruto and Harry Potter share a similar premise, almost the exact same premise, even.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, that's
They're
fair.
both orphan children. They both go to a school to further their education and some kind of magical powers, and they're both holding a secret demonic problem deep inside their bodies.
I don't like how
And they're
accurate
both-
you're being.
and
Anything
they're
is
both
similar.
main characters.
Okay.
Great, good
You're
job.
taking the lazy way out.
And one of them's blonde. They both have hair.
That is true, Giant. That's very true.
They both have noses.
Someone get him a gold star.
His best friend
Listen.
boinks the girl that he likes.
When I set my mind to it, I accomplish it, Kyo.
You're also very good at
I got
upsetting
nothing
me.
else to say for this clip. Hotshot, you're gonna be the clip selector for the whole show, man. I've decided that. What's our next clip?
Okay, moving right along. I don't know what it's titled, but let's do the one that doesn't have a title on mine.
The one that doesn't have a title.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh,
well,
boy.
let me just open it and contextualize it for the folks.
Okay.
No.
Oh no.
Okay, this clip is imagine isekai and imagine anime podcasters and imagine a title for the podcast if it were to be an isekai. This is what this clip is. From our isekai episode. Enjoy. I asked ChatGPT, I said, give me a very long and obnoxious anime name that revolves around anime podcasters. And this is what I got for the title.
Oh
if
my
anime
God.
podcasters were to be an isekai. Okay, are you ready?
All right.
Are you guys ready?
No, I have one request. Say this has been another episode of, and then give the title.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's end it like that.
All right.
Perfect. I love it. That's great. Okay. So for myself, RG, Hotshot, This has been another episode of the excessively elaborate and ridiculously random adventures of Bob, the average office worker who accidentally gets reincarnated as a highly incompetent slime in a fantasy world where the monsters attend bizarre tea parties and wear top hats and anime podcasters delight. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So dumb.
That's a much better show than the one we put on now.
Who's Bob?
I don't know, but I want to meet him.
Actually, is Bob the koala?
I'm telling you right now,
Is Bob the koala that we always have for the koala
Bob
cast?
could be the koala. You know what? Bob is now the koala for the anime podcast.
He's the one who
So
has
we
That's
the.
what it is, bro.
He's the koala with like the shades and the I Heart Anime
Yeah,
T-shirt.
you drew.
Yeah,
That's perfect. That's
his
perfect.
name is Bob
So we
now.
You know what?
changing it? Are we changing it to Bobcasts?
I
Bobcast.
knew you were going to say that, and that's why I was interrupting you. And now you said it, and now I'm very angry to interrupt you more.
It still would have come out, Jan.
Listen, anime Bobcasters, it's never going to happen. Okay.
It says you seem to be taking a lot of time off Oxy recording lately. Next koala cast I do with RG is going to be Bobcasters.
Only if we rename ChatGPT to Chat RGPT.
No,
Then no deal.
you won't be around to stop it. It's fine.
I'll edit it out. I'm the post guy. When I
time
set
you guys-
my mind to something.
Every time you
I
guys say Bobcast in the episode, he puts on a sensor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
It's like the sound of a koala making
All right.
a noise.
No, no.
They make weird noises.
So do humans.
Well, yeah, but we're talking about koalas right now.
We're talking about Bob. Let's be real.
It's true.
We're just ruining the concept of this show by every word we say. So for that specific reason, Hotshot, next clip.
All right, fine. Ruin my fun.
Is your whole day ruined?
Let's do a noob with a Dream Kirby as my main.
Okay, I really want to break down this one because this one was an episode with ACR as our guest, and we were recommending animes because that's what we do with ACR. And he turned on me, bro, but he didn't understand because he didn't. It just didn't make sense, man. It just didn't make sense. So let's just play the clip. I would just watch because I'm a fan of Kirby. That's honestly all I can
That's
say
really
about
all you need. If you're a fan of Kirby, watch it. If not, then go away.
this. And it looks adorable. Let's be honest.
Because it's Kirby. It's impossible not to.
It's so adorable. And I main Kirby when it comes to Super Smash and stuff.
Noob.
So
He's one of mine.
well, so are you calling Hotshot a noob?
I'm calling you a noob.
But he just said he's doing.
I didn't talk about Hotshot. I'm talking about you. Don't try to put that on Hotshot. I'm talking
He just
about
said
you.
the same thing as me.
Hey, are we talking about Hotshot right now?
Yo, you good, bro?
Thank you, ACR.
No problem. I got you.
I feel like I haven't seen any of these. Somehow.
Nothing warms my heart more than Jaden bringing on guests to the podcast, specifically his personal friends, and them backing and having them in my corner and turning against him.
But it made no sense because I say that I main Kirby. You then say me as well, and then he calls us noobs. And I'm saying
No, he
so
calls
you're
you
calling-
a noob. He wasn't
But
talking
you
about me.
also-
He
but
just said
no,
this. He's not
but
talking about me. He
'cause
was talking about
also-
you.
You also main Kirby. You also main Kirby. It's said on the recording, okay? So if we both main Kirby, and if maining Kirby equates to being a noob, he's calling you a noob inadvertently, okay? And then you're like, oh, he's hating on Jaden, my favorite hobby. I'm gonna ride the train. Don't care if the logic is there. I'm just gonna ride the train, which was not a logical train. Okay, it wasn't there. It made no sense. Do you understand what I'm saying? He's saying if you main Kirby's a noob, but you also say that you main Kirby. It makes no sense. This clip is nonsensical.
He only was calling you a noob. He said so himself. It's on recording and in the clip.
He didn't say specifically if
Do you
you
not
play
understand what I'm
Kirby,
saying?
you're a noob. He said you're a noob specifically.
He said specifically Jaian is a noob.
No, he said if you main Kirby, you're a noob. He called me a noob for main Kirby. You also said you main Kirby. That makes you
And
a
then
noob as well.
and then he came after you. Yeah, he may have indiscriminately called me that, but he directly called you that, so you are a noob.
Yeah, but then you were like, you know what? I agree with you, ACR. That's correct, even though I'm a noob because I also main Kirby.
I never said Kirby was a noob. I said you're a noob. He's the one who
I've
said
never
if you
said-
main Kirby.
We're not saying that Kirby's a noob. We're saying that maining Kirby's a noob. And you main Kirby, and he's calling you a noob inadvertently, and you agreed with him. This has been on my mind since that day of recording. You were incorrect.
ACR is right. Well, since we were just talking about ACR, how about we pick the time I forgot his name? Hi guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Anime Podcasters. I'm sending you cozy vibes right now because we are not talking about our bombastic, insane, crazy anime life. Send with me, I have two people actually. I have my co-host from Canada, and the other one's from Canada too, JaiaMusic. How's it going, buddy?
Why do I feel like lo-fi girl music should be playing in the background right now? Like, what's going on here?
This is ASMR now, Jaden. I've taken over the podcast, and now I'm in their heads.
Okay, what's the topic, dude? And who's the other person in this call?
Yeah, the topic doesn't matter as much as the other person. And speaking of ASMR, the other person's name is actually very similar to that. ACR. Jesus Christ.
Did you forget my name? How
did.
could you?
I did. It's okay.
Great deal of professionalism you have there, Austin.
Hey, I felt really bad after the fact, but I made up for it. I said I'm sorry.
I gotta say, Hotshot, you got some really good clip selection going on right now because after that fight we had, you know, and that ASMR of your voiceover, I don't even know how it could have been mad at you, man. You're a sweetheart. You're a great guy. You got great qualities. I think you're a wonderful human being. You got great podcasting talent. I'm so happy to be working with you over the years. I'm so glad you haven't forgotten my name, and I just want to apologize if I've ever done anything that makes you feel in any sort of way that like you're not appreciated, because you're so deeply appreciated on this show, and I'm just really glad to be sharing this moment with you right now, and I feel like Lo-Fi Girl should also be playing in the background of right now. You know what? You're a wonderful human being. Never forget that, Hotshot, okay?
Anytime,
Oh,
Jacob.
God, sorry. That was not planned, I'm sorry.
I call him a different name, and you just yeet burp into the mic.
I didn't mean it.
I told you.
I was drinking
get it out before the recording.
I was drinking
I
a
told you
Coke.
specifically. No. I tell you to not to get the soda can out of the system, and then you hold it in until that moment. Really? Is this? You know what? You know why he did that, Hotshot? Because he hates clip shows. He wants to ruin the moment. Don't let him win, Hotshot.
Your burps are pathetic, Austin.
I can't
They're
burp
fake.
on command like you.
It's not a gift, it's a curse.
Well, I'm not
I mean-
cursed.
I mean, it's not necessarily a curse if you're a Hotshot.
Well,
Do you have any
you know
idea
what?
how
We'll
many
go with
arguments
that.
I could diffuse just by burping at them?
I don't know, 2?
Yeah, probably, but that's still 2 more than I can diffuse now.
Next clip.
All right. Let's go ahead with yeah, if Slice of Life was a wall.
For me, like I said, Slice of Life is like whenever I really don't have anything else to watch, and I'm just like, you know what? Let me give it a try. And
Does that include the wall in your room?
no, it do not. Sadly, I wish.
You're like, I'm not gonna watch my wall. I'm gonna watch Slice of Life. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, you look at your wall. I've seen this episode already.
But
I've seen this episode already. It's like, yo, he's still in the same scenes as the last season.
still white. But
Yeah,
Yo,
You're
this slice
asking-
of wall sucks.
Yeah, you're asking for development, Jaden. Yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere.
The development is like the anime posters you put on your wall.
Oh, dude, then my character's gone through a tournament arc. Are you kidding me?
Yo, I love it.
My reincarnated life as a wall. That sounds like
You
an
know
easy
what?
guy to
I'll
me.
probably do it.
No.
You know what? If
Enough
Japan
isekai
can make
content this year, I'm putting a cap on the isekai content of this episode. We reached it. We've reached it. We can't. Next conversation topic.
if Japan can make one about a vending
Absolutely
machine,
not.
why can't they make one about a wall? A wall leads just
can,
as
and
interesting
they
a
will.
life.
There's even
because they can doesn't mean they should.
Well, you know what? The
Doesn't
vending
mean
machine
they
already
should.
exists, and I'm already still mad about it.
Well, of course it exists. You've been burping all episode.
that.
That was on purpose. Next clip.
Yes, put the Canadian in his place.
When I set my mind to something, I burp.
I can do it.
23 quotes.
When I set my mind to something, I really just pissed Cheyenne off.
Can we have like at some point? Can we just make like those motivational posters where they have quotes next to our faces in black and white? Each of you guys have something like surprisingly profound to say, and then mine is just belch,
I mean, it would track. All right,
or it just
we ready
says
for the next one?
burps into mic in parentheses.
Next clip.
Yeah, we're not even going to call you GoProKyo anymore. We're just going to call you Belch.
Oh God.
All right, next clip. Let's go ahead with everyone gets points, but Jaden.
I hate you.
Kyo and RG.
Yeah.
You guys will start with one singular point,
Oh,
but only you two.
okay. And why is that?
Because screw Jaden.
Because he
All
won
right.
the last one.
Oh, sure. Why not? I mean, any reason is good. I just wanted to know why.
Yep, Jaden, you don't get that single point.
Any reason's good.
All right, guys. So
I mean, honestly, any reason's good to not get a point. I don't want your points. I'm going into the negatives.
I hope.
Giant, if I can't be the best, I certainly can be the worst.
If I didn't want this episode to be simple, I would have made it so you lose that many points. But I want this to be simple. If you answer wrong, you will just get no points.
It's like I lose points when I answer, and you guys just gain points even if you get it wrong.
Oh, I have plans, Diane.
And those plans went horribly wrong.
They really did, and I'm really upset.
That's the second one in a row he's won.
But that is still one of my favorite episodes we've done. Like, even though I was trying to screw Jaden over like the entire time, I love doing the game shows, even if they are a pain in the butt to schedule and get set up and everything like that. Because it is a lot of fun to be a game show host, as I found out in this one.
You see why I had so much fun in the first one.
Yeah. And this being like one of our episodes that was almost fully visual, like with actual visuals, and that was thanks to Yukio. And it turned out really
It
good.
was very exhausting.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can only
aware. I saw
imagine.
you working on it for like almost a solid month without a break.
My break was work.
Dude,
my break
that-
was
it
my
was-
9 to 5.
Hey. God darn it. Kill.
It really
Listen.
it really was, Jane. He was on his chair like every day for a solid month.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's why I appreciate you, man, so much. And like, I gotta say, that was honestly, I think that was our best episode.
I
we've
think
ever
it is
produced.
too. I might be patting
gotta
myself on the back almost exclusively because of how much time I spent on it, but I'm really happy with like how all the edits came out. I'm surprisingly happy with the artwork that I put out in there.
Everyone had fun recording it. Everyone had fun in their own fields and getting it ready. It looks incredible because, like I said, it's also one of our first ones with full-on visuals like that, and it looks really good.
It would be the second one because I did that for the first one, but the first one I only had like 4 images that I swapped between.
Right, but this one is like visual, like pretty much all
100%.
throughout.
Like you have to watch this one. Like watch it.
And I personally feel like it is worth that watch. It's not just worth a listen. Like if you listen to it, okay, but it's doing it a disservice.
Well, I do appreciate it. I do appreciate
speaking
it,
of-
guys. Thank you.
Of course. Speaking of, we actually have another clip from
dear
the game
God.
show that Jaden picked. RG naming Rasengans, doing the meme that was long thought dead.
There's the normal one. There's the one-handed one. There's a bigger one. There's the planet-sized one.
What are we doing right now? There's the bigger one. There's the slightly smaller one. There's the medium big one.
I'm still listening.
Hey, you said this count. I have a good memory for the Rasengan. So there's the Rambo Rasengan. There's a technique of like every single clone has their own freaking Rasengan. There's the one where these have two Rasengan in different hand. And I'm pretty sure he used also Rasengan when he's like in and there's also the red form Rasengan when he fights Sasuke.
Okay, so I believe you named a total of 9.
Yeah.
2 of which aren't things, but you named 9.
I got close.
If I want to point this out real quick because you guys did bring up the visuals. I consciously made it so that RG has at least like 3 different thinking faces because I knew this scene was coming up at some point. Because the way I set it up was that everybody has at least one like thinking or like processing face. I had like one. I think Hotshot had. I don't think Hotshot had any, but I know Jaian had at least 2, and RG had like 3 or 4 maybe. Because I knew that scene was coming up, and
I mean, he really tried, man. And you know what? I'm gonna try to see because RG couldn't be with us tonight, but maybe if I use my phone, he could be with us tonight.
No.
Okay, no. You tried this already.
Leave him alone. I think he's got other things.
You know I don't listen. You know I never listen.
He gave us the reason why he couldn't be with us. Leave him alone.
Hey,
for fuck's
RG,
sake.
how's it going, buddy? Doing well, man. RG is currently outside in the streets of Quebec, freezing because it's minus 25 tonight, but we wanted him to be a part of this podcast. We just listened to you naming every single Rasengan RG, and I just wanted to know what were your thoughts on that moment and how it's become the biggest meme on the show of the year. How do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, there was only one way for me to win the show, so I may have not used Google, and I saw a list of Rasengan. And the list was like 267 Rasengan, so I was like, I'm just gonna name it. But I cannot say the real name of that. I cannot read on the internet, so I was like, I'm gonna use it in my own words. And then the magic happened.
Listen, before we move on to the next clip, I do want to say RG naming every single type of Rasengan and this attempt was what list were you looking at, bro? Like it says like the small one, the big one.
Honestly, yeah, if he was looking at a list and it did just say small one and big one, like I mean to be fair, there is like Rasengan and then giant Rasengan. So I get where he was coming from, but at the same time, he said small, big, medium. So
that's
what list was
the
he
sizes at a fast food place.
I'll take a big Rasengan with a small Chidori
combo.
It's a Chidori Lightning Blade and Twin Lightning Shiver.
Do you think the Chidori would be like the fries and the Rasengan would be the burger, or like vice versa? Like what would it be?
Rasengan is definitely the burger. It's definitely.
I feel like a Chidori would be a great name for like a blue voltage, like for a Mountain Dew.
Hell, it might be called that in Japan.
Probably not. But it'd be kind of cool.
Probably not, but it'd be amazing.
Yeah, just Sasuke like on the Mountain Dew advertising for the blue one. That'd be cool.
Mountain Dew, Sasuke, Chidori.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
let's go ahead.
And then you've got kunai fries.
Our last clip.
Sorry, that was the last one I had.
This guy hates the clip show. He loves the interruptions though. Yo, that's an evil laugh. Okay, this last clip. I think this is probably the most angry Hotshot was this year.
Because I didn't speak English properly. So I didn't know that my Pokemon needed to learn the move cut to cut some grass so I can move around the map. So I was stuck in like the first stage and I was like, You know what? This game is overrated. I'm gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, no. You and I are throwing hands. I don't care what the hell your third pick is. You and I are throwing hands right now. You go to the tree. It says it can be cut down. And there's a move named cut.
Yeah, but in French, cut is coupe. It doesn't look the same, so I didn't understand.
Do you know what coupe means?
I don't know what it means in English.
I can't.
Well, do you know what it means in French?
Yes, that I do.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so since I didn't play Pokemon, okay, Chad, breathe, so you're right.
The sound of Jaiam wheezing in the background is just its peak.
Tell me about this clip exactly.
Well, you know, Jaian, when you're young and you live in a place where everybody speaks French, English is hard. So some video games are only in English, and it's pretty hard to get past the first stage. So that's my opinion on it.
Fair enough. Archie, we appreciate you and your time, and we wish you a fantastic -25 evening. Goodbye.
It reminds me of, I can't remember the exact instance, but there was a time when me and Kyo had to share a recording space, and I did something that made him lose his absolute mind, and he just fell back onto the bed and onto the floor.
I
just
don't remember this
laughing.
one specifically. Do you remember what it was from?
I think it might have been when I named all the Rasengan.
I wasn't in.
Yeah, it was.
Or when we were playing the
Oh,
clip
it was
of
the
me naming all
clip.
the
That's
Rasengan.
right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I honestly,
The funny thing is, you actually named like a good chunk of the movie ones. Like I remembered,
because
like that's how all the movies end.
I didn't have Google like RG.
I mean, that's how all the
apparently.
movies end. You know,
yeah, exactly.
they all end the same way.
But to go back to this Pokemon cut thing, like to me, this was like the beginning of RG the character. To me, this is like, what are we dealing with here? We're dealing with the most competent person to frustrate Hotshot, and that anyone who can do that is a friend of mine.
I don't know. I seem to think ACR might be better friends with me now than you.
I don't know, man. If you make Kirby your noob.
Good thing I don't actually main him then.
You said it was one of my mains.
Yeah, one of. Not my definite.
Exactly. Yeah, well, yeah, it means you main him. If he's one of your mains, you main him.
If he's one of your mains, he's the character you use the
You
most.
could have more than one.
He is not the character I use the most.
You said he's one of your mains.
Yes,
He's one
I
of the
use him.
characters you use the most. And
I
he
use
said
him
that
a fair
if you
deal.
use him as a main, you're a noob. He called you a noob, and you're still arguing this point. Why?
Because I won.
No, you didn't.
I did, though.
In your head, you did. Everyone else.
Boys,
thinks you
you're both
didn't.
pretty. Calm down.
Well, that's their opinion.
Listen, guys, I gotta say it. This type of conversation that I have with Hotshot, even though it makes me want to smash my head through the wall, is why I appreciate him so much. This podcast started back in 2015.
I was a baby.
That was last decade. That was literally a decade ago. Nearly 10 years ago. This podcast is older than certain children who are in elementary school right now. That's how long we've been doing this thing. 178 episodes. 179 with this one. What a ride. What an adventure that we have been on. This year, I will say, has been my favorite on this podcast. Bringing in RG has been a breath of fresh air. Kyo, your editing has never been as on fire as this year has been. And Hotshot, you just get better with every episode. And I appreciate the team so much. At the beginning of this year, and the early spring of this year, Hotshot, you remember I mentioned a blog, the top 80, top 90 anime podcasts to listen to in 2023. You remember this?
I do. I think we were around 70 something.
We were 26th.
We were 26.
Which was a wonderful thing. Today, we are 16th.
Oh, dang.
We have gone to the top of this thing. We continue to grow. And this year, guys, this podcast means the world to me. This podcast is everything. I started a second one for another project, and I quit it because I just wanted to do this one. This podcast is going to be my main podcast work in my lifetime, and it's charted this year in so many countries. Apple Podcasts has this system. It has categories of podcasts. We are an animation and manga podcast, obviously. And this year, I'm going to try to get my computer screen folded properly so I can actually like name this and record properly. This year, we have charted in the following countries: Australia, Canada, Costa Rica, Finland, France, Great Britain, Hong Kong, Lebanon, Mexico, Mongolia, Portugal, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, Spain, Switzerland, Ukraine, United States, Uzbekistan. Which means not only did people listen to us in all these countries, they listened to us so much that we landed in the charts of that country for animation and manga podcasts on Apple Podcasts. That's insane. We started this thing over Skype talking about Naruto, and I put reverberation on her voice because I thought that would sound better. We're now at a point where we're trending in countries across the entire globe. We're just a bunch of nerds who like anime. And for some reason, this podcast resonates with literally thousands of people across the planet. 18,000 streams since we switched from Anchor to Spotify for podcasts. Reviews upon reviews. On YouTube, this year, we've had thousands and thousands of streams across even more countries that I won't even take the time to name because I don't want to just throw statistics all day. But the facts are there. This show has grown to a level this year that I've never thought possible. I remember halfway through the show, halfway through this year, I said, guys, 2 to 3 episodes a month because we've been doing 2 for a really long time. Since doing that, all of this has happened. And I couldn't be prouder of the guys I do it with. I thank you to RG. Thank you to Hotshot. Thank you to Kyo. Thank you to ACR for coming on once in a while. Thank you to Caduce Gordon for coming on for the anime music episode. And thank you to Tsunar for coming on for that Attack on Titan finale bonus episode. Thank you to all of the listeners. And happy holidays, everyone. Hotshot, I'll leave you the floor for some final thoughts on this, everything. Anything you want to say to the fans, the people, the thousands of people in the many countries we are streamed right now that are listening to you, who have been listening to you all year. What would you like to say to them?
Yeah, way to spike up the anxiety on a guy, Jaden.
That's what I do best.
But yeah, in all seriousness, everyone, thank you so much for getting us to where we are. You guys are the reason that we do this as hard as we do. Like, yes, we get online, we record us talking about our favorite shows and our favorite instances and yelling at each other and having a good time. But we wouldn't be doing that nearly as much probably if not for you guys. Our squabbles are entertaining to you, and you guys show us the immense support by charting us in various countries and keep coming back for more. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I'm not really good at this kind of thing, if I'm being totally honest. I'm the guy who comes in and makes jokes about just turning Jaden's friends against him, making the dirty jokes, and watching my Hotshot shows. But underneath all that, I really do appreciate everything that you guys and Jaden has done for all of us. Like, if not for Jaden, I probably would just be stuck on shonen and maybe another kind of underground genre, if I'm being totally honest. But from this podcast and from my own personal exploration, I found my favorite kind of anime, or my favorite genre, is settled in being isekai. And since then, we've made references to isekai. We've brought up several kinds of isekai shows. And we've also talked about a show that I've wanted to talk about for years, in that being One Piece. And it's sparked me into watching that and getting into a mile wide of other shows. And that is because I wanted to watch something that I could be passionate about, and I wanted you guys to hear where my passion was coming from. So seriously, you guys, thank you so much for showing us the support that you do.
Thank you, Hotshot. I appreciate those words. Kyo, what would you want to add to everything that we just kind of discussed? Because I know, like, you come on when you come on, but, like, bro, we started this together, man, and now here we are. Here we are.
Yes.
You just.
He did just.
Yes,
Okay.
I sprayed some
And
throat
that was
stuff.
deodorant for the people.
No, that was throat spray.
Oh,
I keep
okay, sorry.
Kind of wish I had
I
that.
keep
if
it for
I'm being honest.
voiceover. Anyway,
All right, go.
if I knew that this show was going to chart in so many places when I was like 18, like I was barely an adult when we started doing this podcast. It's so weird to think of like what my life would be like if I didn't do this. There was a point where I remember around episode 7, I was getting a little tired of the whole do one a month or do 2 a week or something or 2 every other week or something. So I handed it off to Jaian because the Daydreamer Studios channel was gonna steer a different direction, but it didn't mean that I didn't want to be working with Jaian anymore necessarily. It just meant that I didn't really have the time or the patience to hold a podcast myself or to manage one. And I remember when you guys started doing stuff without me, and then I came back like 3 episodes later as if like 2 or 3 months had gone by and I had like been away for like 10 years, and that was like the reunion episode or something. It was very close to that.
Right, I remember that.
But it's hard. It's kind of hard to process the idea that there are people around the world that really like what we do. Because sometimes even I don't like what I do, and sometimes I like to look over at the comments on some of the episodes on the YouTube channel, and I see how many people are interacting with us and how many people seem to enjoy hearing our thoughts and opinions, and I appreciate all of it. I really do. There's only so much I can add after following these two, but sincerely, thank you for listening. Just thank you for listening. Thank you for keeping up with us, and thanks for following us for so long, for however long you've been following. We really do appreciate having consistent listeners and people who just like to talk about anime.
Absolutely, man. I'm really.
I'm choking up a little bit.
Happy. Yeah, me too. I'm really happy right now. This podcast really means the world to me. It brought me closer to you guys, which is something I am so happy to have in my life. It has connected me with so many people around the world. I feel so connected to so many people because I know for me that podcasts are, for some, sources of entertainment when they go through different pain points in their life. I know I've been a listener of other podcasts, and I feel that way when I listen to other shows. And I feel that we must be that for some people. It just, with the amount of people we're reaching, it has to be that. And that's why I want to keep doing it. I want to help, and I want to spread my passion for anime through this channel, whether it be music or podcasts. You know, I'm an audio guy. This is all I know. Producing audio is what I do. And I want to continue to do this in 2024. And I promise you that if you're listening to this, subscribe, follow this journey, because believe it or not, I'm just getting started, man. I got so much fuel in this tank. I am so ready for more challenges, more fun, more episodes, more Hotshot shows, more Kyo opinions, more RG English mistakes. I'm ready for it all, and I'm so grateful to be doing it with this squad. And we're rolling this thing. We're flying this pod across the space until we land where we land. And this is going to be a part of my legacy no matter what. So for myself, Hotshot, RG, and GoProKyo, happy holidays. And this has been another episode of
That one podcast we host.
Anime podcasters.
Yeah, that one.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Right. Hey guys, Hotshot here. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Anime Podcasters. We have over 100 other episodes for your entertainment found wherever podcasts are available, such as Spotify. We also release new episodes twice a month, so keep an ear out for us. You can follow the podcast at Anime Podcasters on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and JaiaMusic's YouTube channel. Jaian himself can be found on social media at JaiaMusic, as well as his own website, JaiaMusic.com. Kyo, our artist for the podcast, can be found on Twitter and YouTube at GoProKyo, as well as his website, ccartgalleryportfolio.com. As for me, Hotshot, you can find me on YouTube and Twitter at HotshotGinger. As always, guys, thanks for listening to us. Hope to talk to you soon. Take care.